Long before anyone could imagine the atrocities of World War II, a Jewish rabbi of short stature had a huge family. When he, Shimson Eizik Ovitz, died in Romania in 1923, Hitler was already leading the Nazi party. Shimson's kids would become Mengele's lab rats in the largest Nazi extermination center. So in this video, we're going to talk about the torture of Hitler's own 7 dwarves. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. When Disney released the film Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs in 1937, it gained an unlikely fan in Adolf Hitler. Dwarves suffer from pseudoachondroplasia, an inherent condition of bone growth. People who suffer from it have a mutation in the gene that makes a person's stature disproportionate. Limbs and fingers are short and legs get deformed. These persons are usually 3 foot 9 inches up to 3 foot and 11 inches. Despite their bodies looking different than the rest of us, they have average intelligence. The troop was performing in Hungary when the Nazis invaded, at which point the dwarves were doubly doomed. Germans considered their stature a physical disability that made them unworthy of life and a burden to society. Add in the fact they were Jewish and the whole family was headed for Auschwitz in the blink of an eye. After the Ovitz home arrived at the camp, the Nazi guards lifted the dwarf from the car. The guards had been attracted by their number, only then realized that they all belonged to the same family. The matter ended like this. Dr. Mengele was immediately notified. According to reports, when he saw the dwarf, he glowed like a child at Christmas. Dr. Mengele was a smart physician with 2 PhDs, but was infamous for his medical experiments. He took science to a new level and did bizarre tests on heredity without any regard towards people's feelings or excruciating pain. When Dr. Mengele saw the troop of dwarves, he was excited to start doing experiments on them, saying that he could go on for as long as 20 years. Every single day, he would draw their blood, pluck hair from their head, and pull teeth from their mouths. He would also alternate between pouring freezing cold and boiling hot water into their ears. He believed that one day he could figure out a way to make them grow. And when he failed to make them grow taller, he tried to find evidence that proved they were not the same as normal humans, and tried to prove that they were not as evolved as tall people. Of course, he never found evidence of this, but he continued to do experiments again and again. The most terrible experiment is a gynecological experiment. Eizik Ovitz later wrote, "They inject things into your uterus, draw blood, dig into our bodies, pierce us, and take out samples." Language is used to describe the unbearable pain we suffered, which lasted for many days after the experiment was stopped. They extract fluid from our spinal cord. The hair extraction began again, and when we were ready to collapse, they began painful tests on the brain, nose, mouth, and hand region. All stages were fully documented with illustrations, Elizabeth remembered. The Ovitz siblings probably never knew at the time just how lucky they were to be alive, and Dr. Mengele had a long history of not just killing, but keeping dwarves as trophies. They were not the first dwarves to arrive at the camp. One was sent to Dr. Mengele. Instead of keeping them around for experiments, he burned them alive and boiled their body in acid until the flesh would fall off the bones. He would then gather up the bones and keep them as a full dwarf skeleton. He truly did not see them as human beings, but only as subjects of his insane scientific experiments. When the Soviets liberated the camp in early 1945, Mengele hastily grabbed his research papers and fled. All the Ovitz family members in the doctor's care walked out. Authorities never captured Mengele, who died in 1979 in Brazil. This is it for now. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video.